Okay, good stuff. So welcome along everybody to LinkedIn for Breakfast, our implementation sprint, day 4. So well done. You are the guys that have made it. Give yourselves a round of applause for making it day 4. Well done. Yes. So what we're going to be talking about today is the action post, as I mentioned. So let's just kind of go over the agenda and just give you a bit of a flavor of what we're working on. So here we go. So working to day 4. So what have we done so far this week? We have gone into the no post where we put thought leadership out on a Monday. On day 2, we did a like post, so telling our origin story. So we help people to like us. So we show our credibility, our thought leadership, then we show our story so people understand us. Then we put our credibility out on day 3. And then the last thing we do on day 4 is then to put a call to action. So we're asking people who have maybe seen some of our content to maybe take action and buy our stuff, right? So that's the challenge agenda. And so we're excited to hear how you got on with day 3. So who wants to share how they got on with day 3? Sue, you jump in there. So how have you got on?
Well, I was doing day 2, I think, because I did my story because I didn't do anything on Monday, and I just did my story on yesterday, and that's the only one I've done. But yeah,
And how did it go?
yeah, I think it went okay. I have got a couple of questions though,
Okay,
because
because the reason why the reason what made me laugh is that you did your day 3 and it worked. And so here's my link to my first live, and I clicked on it and it goes to Adam Stott's Big Business Events school group.
now that's interesting.
So there you go.
Now
Um,
that's interesting because I obviously when I get a link, I always check that it is the right link, and I clicked on it, and I did get somebody else's using Chrome, Google. I got somebody else's live, so I changed and used. I think it was I changed it to a different provider, and my correct one came up. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do about that. So
I
you
just
haven't
think
seen it?
you just shared the wrong link. I think don't worry about it. I mean, you weren't even sharing a LinkedIn link, so you just got it completely. You just shared the wrong
I
link.
did share a LinkedIn. I took it off LinkedIn.
It's off school, so it just would have maybe had copied and pasted a different link. So don't worry. It's just one of those things. But
Well,
um,
I do worry because, sorry to interrupt, Richard, I didn't mean to cut across you, but I do worry because A, you haven't seen it, and B, I need to know what I'm doing wrong because I need to know why is that happening?
So you just it just probably had a different link. So don't overly worry. It's not like a LinkedIn issue or anything that you've done. You just you shared a link from a school group, which is a complete would have been a completely different tab. It's not even on the school. It wasn't even on LinkedIn. So don't worry because here it is, and here's your
Oh,
live. So
oh
we
my
got a
God.
live going. So it's perfect, right? So you have set yourself a challenge, and there you go. You have achieved. So that's fantastic news. So congratulations. The first one is done, and now you can then start to put some momentum behind it and do some other ones. So very well done. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love it when people lean in and get it done. Fantastic. Well done, Sue. Okay, so Dawn, how do you get on?
Morning. I discovered the start late feature yesterday because I was in an accountant's meeting which ran over. So I still showed up, but I phoned Khaled and said, "Can you just change the time?" But it doesn't allow us to change it within StreamYard or change any of the details in StreamYard. We have to cancel it all and restart it all. So I've gone through that. But he was able to go onto LinkedIn and change the time. One of the things I have realized, though, is my engagement has plummeted as opposed to me doing my writing. And I'm like, hang on a second. Everyone wanted me to show up live. And it's like, Dawn, we need more content. Your posts are a bit wordy. Now I'm showing up with video content. They're like, well, what's going on? Why is Dawn showing up on video? What's going on here? And people don't know what to do with it. They're like, oh my God, we're loving it. There are those that do see it, but it's had like the impressions and the engagement has gone down. So I don't know what I'm doing. If I'm doing, if I've just shook the whole of my LinkedIn community to like, oh my God, really? That's Dawn. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it might just be a change, because if you are always writing lots and lots and lots and then suddenly you go into video, it just might be just a bit of a switch. Like, I'm a big fan of a blended approach. So you'll be doing content, video, audio, just having a bit more of a blend. So what we're doing here is challenging everybody to do the lives and get the lives working. But then when you stick it into your marketing mix, I wouldn't recommend a daily live every single day for eternity. It's a case of do a live one day a week, write your article second day, another day of the week, and just have some different structure in it. Have a little bit of variety. So that's probably the reason why. Hence why the first one went well. And then obviously, if you had diminishing engagement over time, but also not every live is the same, right? So you might have a live that just doesn't hit the mark, like a post you might have that just doesn't hit the mark. So some of them might do really well, some of them might not, because that's just what posts are like, right? It all comes around to the title, time of day that we're posting. Particularly if you said it was going to be at this time and then suddenly you've done it at a different time, then that's obviously going to be understandable in terms of lack of engagement. So it's going to be all of that. It's going to be a hodgepodge of all of those things. But don't worry, it's not a case. It's a case of working the system and building the assets, because of course that piece of content can then become a nice case study, stick it on your website, send it out.
Yeah, it's all good. They're all going on my YouTube, along with the 7-day video challenge that my coach challenged me to. But I was also wondering, I don't know how to engage. I can't see the comments when I'm live. Not that I know Sean has commented and one other person commented during 6 minutes in. But sharing it to invite people to it, I'm finding that, like, the whole formatting of it on LinkedIn, I'm finding very difficult to engage with as the person creating it. So any hints and tips on that would be really great.
I couldn't see the comments either. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, so when you go live and you jump into the StreamYard studio, so StreamYard. So when you're in here, let's just go straight into a studio. So if you get a comment whilst you are live, remember, so sometimes these comments will come in when you are after you've posted, so on the replay. So you'll be up here talking away, saying yada yada yada, and then something here in the comments will have like a little red one, and it will show up. So then it will show underneath this template example here, and then you can then pin it up like this and then put it down like that. So that's where it will show up. That's why it's probably when you're doing this, you might then go and you might be in the banner section and you might have a ticker because you put a ticker across it, and you don't see that this one's had a little red one on it as you're presenting, because obviously you're too busy focusing on presenting. And so you just have to kind of glance across. And if you catch it in time, great. You've got a comment, you can work it through, and then ping it up to stage. So it's familiarity. It's obviously getting them whilst you're live. But once you do, then happy days.
So what about comments after you're live? Are they all, where are they?
They will just appear underneath. So in terms of,
but that's what I couldn't see. I could see there was a comment that it said 1 comment and 3 likes or something, but I couldn't actually see the comment.
Yeah, I think what we need to do, you see how I've gone all the way to the end. Now Sean has commented after a minute.
That's what I couldn't see. I need to
fast forward your video to after the time that he had commented, because it only shows up once you've watched it to that place, right? And so then you can go and like it. You can then reply. people can then message, etc. So you can kind of start to see things, but only so my comment will now only show up at 3 minutes 27 seconds in once someone's watched it. And so that piece is important, right?
And what about share? Where? Because on other people's live, I can see a share button, but on my live, I couldn't see it.
Because you have already shared your live. It's your live.
Yes, so I can't go back afterwards and then share it.
Well, you can grab the URL. So here we go. So we can copy this URL. And if you wanted to then share it in the group, I can go reply. I think so. This is your.
And I think what she's saying is when we're on LinkedIn, on the actual platform of LinkedIn, and we go to our posts,
that is what I'm saying.
How do we share that across LinkedIn? So, for example, I wanted to share one of my videos to my DBI page, but I don't see how to do that. I mean,
that's exactly right, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, you again, you can just take the link to it, or you've got. So you're saying that you don't get this repost thing on your live.
I'm saying on other people's live, I see a red word share. Yeah. But on mine, I don't see that word share.
Okay. Well, you could still just take the URL and post it. It will still work in the same way. So just take that URL, go onto your feed, and actually then post it that way. And it may well be there, just called something different. So let's just go on so live, so you could post it like that, and then it's going to load a preview. And look, here you go. So now it's going to load a preview. And it's got the previews dynamic. So you could do that on your post. And so there you go, look, it's shared. Yeah. And now the nice thing is once the preview's created, I can get rid of that URL and I keep the preview. So I don't even need to have the URL.
All right. Okay, lovely. Thank you.
No worries. Cool, gang. And so you can do that on your company page. You can do it in groups. All about fun. Lovely, lovely. Great stuff. Okay, so Paul, question, go for it. Or how did you get on?
Yeah, well, just it's really about how we got on as well, and obviously really what the purpose of why I'm on these sessions. Just wanted to share that. So when you talked about we used the recommendation just for the verification of the customer success story yesterday, I actually spoke to the guy that put the recommendation as just a general catch up, something I think I should have done beforehand. Explain what I was up to, explain obviously about yourself, Richard. He said, do you know what? I'm actually doing a podcast series as well. I'm reaching out to my community. So the reason I'm bringing it up is that not only I think, so you're talking about how do you get it out there and how do you get your community working? Well, actually just speaking to someone and say, this is what I'm doing. They're also doing the similar activity. So what I found is this is a great way to piggyback on other people's things. So where we talked about this whole LinkedIn breakfast thing, how we can actually create a community. I think if you just reach out to your community as well, it basically is like a pyramid. Literally, if we're doing it, we spread that news, then you can get on their sessions as well. And it's a way of getting your message out to a wider audience. So I just want to say again, thanks for that opportunity and just getting the grey matter. And what my belief is, it's not, we can make this really complicated, but I think what it is about, just do the simple things well. And just talking to people, sharing what you're trying to do, and if they are good collaborators, they will help you in your own journey as well. So just wanted to share that piece of update from you from yesterday's activities. So thank you.
I love that, Paul, and thank you, because of course one of the other things that we talk about is when you get testimonials from clients, it's a great way to be able to re-engage that relationship, remind them of the great work that you did, and then lo and behold, they say, oh, actually, we've got a project coming up. I'd love you to have a look at it. And bam, you're now back in. Particularly those slightly older clients that you worked with maybe last year or 6 months ago. And you have a chat, have a coffee. At the end of the coffee, if it's a Zoom virtual coffee, just going to say, look, do you mind if we do a quick video testimonial or press record? Take the video testimonial there. That's a great way of just reconnecting with people that have worked with in the past. So,
Yeah.
so it's all, as we say, the beauty of this 4-day challenge, it's not just doing the lives, it's also all the other pieces, all the layers of the onion that we're unpeeling. Love it. Thanks, Paul. Right. So let's get our show on the road and talk about today. So today is going to stretch you. It's about the action, which is a video sales letter. Now, a VSL is a fantastic piece of marketing. It's something that people will run ads directly to actually generate inquiries. It's people that use landing pages. Every type of client or every type of place will normally have some sort of video VSL. You know, it just helps you as a business explain, well, what's the offer? And it doesn't have to just be a sales offer either. You know, if you've got a free community, you might do a VSL to explain exactly why someone should join the free community. Or if you've got some sort of, I don't know, some sort of event that you're running, you could do a VSL to explain why people should come to the event. It's basically you explaining why someone should buy, register, join through video format, which is a powerful way of doing things, right? So super, super important. So in terms of the VSL, we got a great template for you here. And if I just click on this and show you, so I'm going to share this with you. And I'd love you to be able to make a copy of this. And we'll make sure that we also hook this up to the recording when we do this on the group. But here you go. Here's a copy of the link. So please press on this when I come into, stick it into the chat now. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. Good stuff. So it's in the chat now. Click on that and get to here. And then when you get to here, I want you to go File, Make a Copy, okay? Please don't ask for access of this document because it's a template, so I can't give you access to it. You can make a copy. So you go to File, Make a Copy, and then bam, once you've got the copy, then it's yours, okay? Now let's just walk you through step by step this VSL, okay? So this is a structure. It's just a 5-minute video, and it has sort of 11 steps. Now, you can remove steps, tweak steps, edit bits, and also remember ChatGPT will be your friend with this, okay? So the first step of this is 1, call out your audience, right? So we can say something like, attention freelance copywriters, right? So I'm just going to go through a client's example of a VSL. So they can you can be very specific and say, look, attention freelance copywriters, right? And then you make a big claim. We'll share to start making 10K per month in just 90 days, no matter what your experience, right? Wow, okay, that's a big claim. Elaborate on what you do. So then we can say, what we do is that we help clients to be able to go and create a product, send that product out to the audience, generate sales, and then deliver those sales, right? So you're telling people how they do. So you may have slightly different types of products. It might not be so like we can make you make this much money in this much time. It might be like we can make sure that your whole IT infrastructure is 100% secure at a low monthly fee, and we will be your best business decision you'll make this year, right? So something along those lines. That's quite a big claim, but the whole point is that you can really kind of push out that message. Then you want to promise 3 results, right? So that's it. We will help you to be able to do X, Y, and Z, right? So that's what we do, right? Okay. So then stage 5 is we can mention a case study. So we can say, yeah, we're going to help you to be able to position your product, generate traffic, and close deals, just like we did for XYZ clients, where we were able to help them to be able to, grow to 15K a month with their freelance copywriting business in just over 90 days. And we'd love you to have the same concept, right? So that's kind of how a video sales letter goes. And yes, we are going to ask you to be a little bit, you've got to make a claim. You've got to claim why you help people. If you can't go through this process, then you've got to really ask yourself, what am I trying to sell here? Because this will really help you to align what you do. And it doesn't have to sound so American when you do it either, right? So when you can create this sort of thing, you can say, look, guys, I'm attentional kind of marketing agencies. I'm here to be able to help you to be able to scale. I've done it before with other clients. We've had great results. We've had clients who've exited. We're going to help you to be able to recruit the best talent, do this, do that. And I'm living proof, which is stage 4. So you can see how it's basically a bit of a pitch, but it shouldn't feel so. I don't want you to feel like it's a bit tacky, because everybody goes, oh, this feels a bit tacky, but you've got to write this in your style using this template, get ChatGPT to help you with it. And trust me, this will be a brilliant piece of content for you. It's a really good exercise to do this. We are way too bashful in the UK in terms of how we feel, right? So important. Provide the living proof piece is the bit where you go, and just like I was able to do this, these are the type of techniques that I use for me to be able to grow my freelance copywriting business. Or if I'm doing it, I'll be able to say to people, hey, look, we help you to scale to $1 million in revenue, just like I was able to be able to scale 3 businesses to $1 million revenue in the past. And then I can go into a little bit of that myself, right? So the whole point of this is that you are living proof. And if you are not living proof of whatever you're trying to claim, then you can just leave that piece out, and then you just might use a second case study of clients you're helping, right? Dawn's a great example. So she's helping people to be able to write books. She's living proof. She's written over 21 books, right? That's a huge piece of living proof. So it's not kind of blowing your own trumpet. It's just stating that's why you do what you do, because you found the system yourself and you love it and you're passionate about it, and that's why you want to help other people. Okay, so once we've said that, we do a soft call to action. So we're very quickly then going into, and if that's all you need to hear and you want to book a call, then you can book a call below. But if you want to hear more on how it works, I'm going to tell you the single biggest reason why. So then you can kind of say, like, if you want to book a call, that's great, just click below. Because sometimes when people watch these videos, they're like, yeah, this just sounds good, I'm just going to book straight in. But then in stage 8, you can then explain what the mechanism is for your product. So you can then start to go, well, look, I've got this 6-month program where people come on board, we're able to be able to help them to do X, they go through different modules, we have these different events, we've got these different drop-ins. Or when we start working with you, we do a full audit of your IT infrastructure. We then come in and we'll be able to fix this thing and do that thing. Or we come in and do a complete HR review. We look at what documents you got short. We look at where the employees that are a little bit, need to be reviewed are in. We do put everything in place so you're completely compliant. And then we're there to be able to help you. Whatever your product is, you can just explain it more in practical detail of how you help. Then you go into the final call to action and just say, hey, we'd love to book a call. We can really help you with this, like we did with second case study, third case study, even fourth case study. If you want to put it in, and then the final call to action. So book a call below. Right? This is tested. This is run the test of time. You look at any of the video sales letters online, you look at any of the people that are putting out online programs, coaching, online services, in-person services, any of the big ones, they're all following a very similar structure. So that's why we give it to you as a gift to be able to create your structure that looks like this. So I've given you a bit of an example of mine. So just comes with a caveat. Actually, our product's moved on from this, but I'm going to show you this because this is quite nice. It's just a pure coaching product. So when you click on this, you can see our product. So this is us. So our big claim, we help you scale to $1 million revenue in the next 12 months using our 3-step system, right? So the result, a fully delegated sales and marketing function delivering over $1 million in revenue year on year, right? So these is how we work. And this is our VSL, right? And you can see at the bottom, then we've got schedule a demo. So we haven't just used this as a live on LinkedIn, but we've also got a landing page that we're directing traffic to it. And the beauty of this is that our product's evolved even more from this, because we don't just want to help to coach people to put a full delegated sales and marketing team together. Now we actually give people a sales and marketing team when they sign up to us. So that's how you can start to use this VSL to shape your product of how you work. You then work with clients, and then you can actually enhance your product because you've refined it quite nicely through doing this, which is why I asked everybody at the start of the call, have they got a product and an offer they're happy with? Cool. So that's all linked up below. And actually, you've got my script that's in that video here. And it's not that many words, right? So look, if I just show you, let's just do a quick word count on this. Oh, it's not like word count tools. Can I do that here? Word count, perfect. So look, it's only 562 words, right? It's not huge. And you don't need to run it step by step. And in fact, what I would almost recommend, you write it out like that. You might then use a couple of slides like I do. So StreamYard, remember, you can have slides plus your face on there. And so you can just whip through with a couple of key points. So this is quite a nice thing. It is, as I say, it is a stretch today to do this, but even just writing this out will help. Let me give you an example of how we use this, right? So if we show you what our funnel might look like, in $1 Million Sprint, we do a 5-day challenge. That's an evergreen challenge that we run ads into that people join. They join into our free school group. And then in our free school group, we offer them our weekly event that people come to. And some people book strategy sessions, which is great. Or we also have this VSL that sits actually within the $1 Million Sprint, sorry, the LinkedIn for Breakfast school group, right? So we actually have this, and this is now the up-to-date one that you'll be able to see. So you've got two options to be able to have a look at. But if you go and have a look in the classroom here, you've got here, look under the $1 Million Sprint bonnet, and you can actually see within LinkedIn, we've got this first course here. What is $1 Million Sprint? And what is this? This is a VSL that's basically telling people about what our product looks like, right? And actually gives the full video example, tells people exactly what the $1 Million Sprint product is here, right? So that sits there in our community, our free community that, oh, hello, where are we? Here. This is the one. It sits there within our mix. And so not only do we use it and we share it on LinkedIn, but it also sits there generating inquiries and generating sales meetings for us without me having to do anything. It's just passively joining and getting leads, right? So that's why this is, again, a really good piece of marketing support for you, a really good asset for you. Yeah? Cool. So I'm going to ask for quick questions on this now. So who feels that they can throw themselves in that? It's a task, but who feels that they're going to give that a bash? Or has some questions about that? Fantastic. Stuart, go for it.
Okay, thanks, Richard. Yeah, I get the concept. I've seen it done enough times. The first thought that came to my mind, right, was, are you not serious that I meant to do a live actually pitching a VSL? So just for clarity, would the live that I'm doing today or tomorrow when I do it be a VSL, or is it a live with a link to my VSL that's hosted on a different landing page?
Oh, I think you do it as a VSL, but you can give yourself a bit of a caveat at the start. You can say, hey guys, I've had a number of people who have seen my lives over the last few days ask me, well, actually, what is it that we do? So I want to give you an example of exactly how we help clients. And so we help clients by helping them to sprint to $1 million in revenue in 12 months. We do that by giving them a VA that's going to work 4 hours a day, 5 days a week for them to be able to do the stuff. We give them a great coaching product where I'm available 4 times a week to be able to coach them. And we give them a great community that isn't just an online community, but it meets up every quarter in person to look at how the quarter's been and where it's going to be. And we get results, just like Dan Musgrove, who started with us and did 100 grand. And when he first started, now he's over 1 million in revenue. Or like Gavin, who was able to not have a coaching product at all, and he was be able to create his coaching product. And now he's closing up to 3 to 4 mastermind clients a week, every week, and is about to break through the $1 million threshold. That's how we help. I'm living proof. I've done it 3 times in the past. I've been able to generate a marketing agency, scale to 28 staff, and close people into 1 million revenue. I was able to do it with a boiler servicing business. And I also have now grown my business, this business, to over 1 million in revenue. And I want to do the same for you. You see how I just,
Oh, yeah.
like, yes, I understand, like, it's Slick Rick over here who can go roll it off his tongue. I get that. But that's because I've done it a lot of times, right? And so it's going to be messy the first time you do it. But, I could keep on going and do the whole thing now and not having to have looked. I haven't looked at that since the last time I've run the challenge. So I was quite happy with myself. I can remember what the bloody hell I was saying.
Pretty good. No, that was really good. Yeah.
The whole point is,
subconscious mind remembers. Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like it's just a format that gives you a little bit of a way in. And really, why can I say that well? Is because I'm kind of saying it when I'm doing sales meetings with people at the end as well. So we'll do we'll have a marketing conversation with people, and people will say, okay, well, cool. Well, what is it that you actually do? And I'll go, well, we tell you what we do. We help people to scale to 1 million in revenue. How do we do that? Well, we do right? And bam, I'm straight into the patter. So it's that. So it's almost that core thing. And then as you grow, Stuart, as well, or you may already have this. I'm not sure about your business, but as you grow, I'm now teaching that pitch to my sales team, who are also then using that pitch. So it's so much easier because it's written out as a pitch. So yeah, hopefully. I know it's going to feel like a little bit like, oh, icky. But how would you feel about doing it that way?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It was just getting that clarity of, well, I understand what the VSL looks like, but it tends to be quite long. But the way you're doing it there, yeah, this is kind of a shorter, condensed version of it, just a more natural version of it. Just let me tell you, I love the intro. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. People have been seeing some of my posts this week, asking me what I do. Yeah, so that, yeah, I think that's doable. That's clear. It's a shorter, condensed version of a longer VSL that may sit on a different landing page, and it's more natural.
That's wicked. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. No worries. Cool. Okay, over to you, Dawn, and then Lyndon. Lyndon, then Dawn.
First of all, I think Stuart's got an amazing voice. So just have to say that. I feel like I'd listen to him on the radio or a podcast all day long. Okay, so bearing in mind, I do, like my high end, my signature program. Well, it's not a program; it's the one-on-one author coaching, which is condensed down into my 7-week author course. And you saying go free to flagship. Okay. And bearing in mind what you said about people who just buy the lower end don't get the Brucey bonuses. They don't get the teddy bear or the holiday. So can I work that into like the VSL today? So like if you are, because what a lot of people don't understand is a lot of authors that need this content, they're making less than $7,000 a year, Richard. If I'm going to make a difference in the world of authorship, for me, it's like I'm an author activist, and that doesn't mean just writing and talking about the issues. It's about helping the authors scale and make money and stop living on the bloody poverty line. So I can say, like, if you are in that space, you can do this. But what I'm pitching today is my one-on-one coaching. Because that's going to help those who are ready to invest. And they're not just writing a book, they're building confidence to go up against their industry or go up against the media narratives. So when you're saying about those different call to actions, because I also don't do free discovery calls. My time is too important to give away my time for free. So I charge for a discovery call because it's more of a consultancy. I'm when you said, have we got an offer that we can put out today? My thinking is that I put out about the 7 about my one-on-one coaching, but actually say, look, and if you can't afford this, there are other options, but you're just not going to get the holiday at the end of it. That kind of thing. Would that work, do you think? Or
I think putting any offer out and perfecting that offer was going to be positive, particularly because I know that your big product is expensive. So just refining that smaller entry level product and putting it into an offer, I think that's going to be great. And taking that and using this video link. So if anybody then reaches out to you later in 2 weeks' time and says, "Oh, John, just let me know a little bit more about it," and say, "Well, look, I'll jump on a call with you, no problem at all, but I'm not going to be able to see you until next week. I tell you what, watch this. And if at the end you still fancy it, then let's jump on a call." Bam, you've got something that you can send out to people.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Love
I think
it.
I've got it now.
Lyndon, over to you, and then I just want to just show you guys or give you all an opportunity on this call. If you haven't already had a chat with us or you're thinking about us, I've got some availability personally tomorrow on Friday morning. And if anybody wants to have a quick chat with me one-to-one about potentially $1 Million Sprint, I'm going to show you what $1 Million Sprint looks like. And then if you want to have a bit of a chat around that, I'm going to open up my diary on Friday for that. So Lyndon, just quickly over to you.
Okay, I just want to check the length of this CTA. Is it still 10 minutes?
I think it's going to be more like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So to give you an example, my one that I shared was, I think that was 5 minutes and 20 seconds or something along those lines.
Right.
5 minutes and 34 seconds.
Right. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No pressure on that. Look, guys, as I say, what we do at $1 Million Sprint, and if you are interested, by the way, I can give early access to anybody personally, because it's me, to what we're planning for Black Friday, right? And we've got a great offer that we're about to do for Black Friday, which we're going to launch. There's only a few spaces on it. We're thinking there's only going to give 10 of these spaces available for this Black Friday offer. So I'm happy to offer anybody who's got to day 4 of this challenge that deal, but we'll have to have a one-to-one about that deal. And it will then allow you to be able to work with us for next year within $1 Million Sprint. And so when I start with you, and if you really want to think about your business, we will have a full structured strategy session that will look like this, where we'll go through exactly what your funnel should look like and exactly how we'll generate leads and push people through. A little bit like I've demonstrated here. This is R1. We want to build one of these for you. So you've got a flow that's coming through. Our program is very much like this. We have a number of different activities that go through the different heats, which will be a 5K heat, 10K heat, 20K heat, gold medal race, and then Hall of Fame. We actually have separate little meetings for people that are in the gold medal race and Hall of Fame as well. So it's quite a fun little process through the stages. And this is essentially what you get as part of mission, which, as I said, you get these 4 drop-in clinics every single week where I'm available for people to be able to drop in and get help and support. And we help you to refine your product in there and your offer in there. We help you to do the lead generation and sales development in there. We then give you a VA that's going to work 4 hours a day, 5 days a week for you every single week. And they are awesome. They're going to do all the building of that marketing plan for you, right? And they're going to write stuff for you. They're going to build stuff for you. They're going to be your right-hand person. They're going to look after all the sales and marketing techie stuff as well. So all of that's taken care of. We then got a great community. As I say, we meet up 4 times a year, and we also have a great online community, and we buddy you up with a buddy when you first start as well. So it's really great immersive community. And we do have an online portal, but all of the content in there is to help you to delegate the stuff to the VA, so you're not doing it, but you're getting it all off your plate. And look, it works. We've got so many great case studies here of people saying that the power of one, having that one funnel, has been a game changer. Rob there saying he's closed 7 high-ticket clients in just one campaign. Bhavna turning up to a room full of potential clients, a little bit like having my Winkley moment, my LinkedIn for Breakfast event. Bhavna has now hers, which is exactly the same. In fact, some of hers are better attended than mine, and has tripled her investment. So that is, my friends, what we're looking at, and the Black Friday campaign is in there. So I need to see if you can send me directly a email. Here you go, rw@million-sprint.com into the chat, right? If you can send the link into the chat there, and if you can then send me an email to say, hey, I'd like to actually have a one-to-one with you, just be like 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, just to talk about you, your business, and actually tell you about what the offer is and give you early access to one of the limited spaces. Send me an email now and we'll try and hook up that meeting for Friday morning, or we'll try and do it well, ideally for Friday morning, because my diary is maxed out in there. So yeah, please do send me that. But other than that, thank you all for playing full out this week. It's been great. We're going to post the link in the LinkedIn for Breakfast chat, so you can share your replay or your links to your VSLs today, and also give us some feedback, see what you liked, what could be improved. And let's continue to work with each other. So thank you and well done, everybody. I'm happy to stick around for another 5 minutes or so if anybody's got any specific questions about the campaign or anything else. Happy to do it, but please do flick me an email if you want to have a bit of a catch up tomorrow morning. Good stuff. Thank you all. And Dawn, you say that's great for Bama, but sad for couples. But they have changing the locks parties. It's all about empowering women to make the decision to, have their freedom.
Yeah, I know, but I'm an old romantic, Richard.
I know.
I like the thought of, of working through stuff. And
you wouldn't believe how that she's a big advocate for like domestic abuse charities and stuff like that. She's doing some great work. So it made me...
really? I thought she was okay. So I thought when you see divorce coach,
divorce is sad, but actually a lot of it is helping women to
okay. Can you make an introduction, because I really want to connect with her then.
Yeah, cool, we'll do that. I know Flora had to shoot off because she's doing a meet and greet with a client, but Fago, could you remind me to do an intro between Bhavna and Dawn? That'd be useful. You got that, Fago? Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, give me a nod. Good. Okay. Good man. Cool. Any questions? Any final questions before we finish for today?
I'll think of questions later when the meeting's over.
That's what the community's for. So
it's been brilliant. Thank you.
No problem. Oh, it's been fun, guys. Well, thank you all.
Have an amazing day. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, guys.
Well done, everybody.
Bye,
Lovely meeting everybody.
Cheers.